Hey everyone, let's just jump right into this explainer. For literally decades, we've thought language development was a one-way street. But actually, what if I told you there's this whole other equally beautiful path that a lot of kids, especially neurodivergent kids, take to learn language? Today, we're unpacking the Natural Language Acquisition Framework, or NLA. We're going to reframe how we look at echolalia, discovering how what used to be brushed off as just meaningless repeating is actually this incredibly profound emotional way of communicating.
Okay, quick look at our agenda. We're hitting 6 main points today. 1. Meet the Gestalt processor. 2. Stage 1, whole Gestalts. 3. Stage 2, mitigating Gestalts. 4. Stage 3, isolated single words. 5. Stage 4, original short phrases. And finally, 6. Stages 5 and 6, advanced grammar. We're basically going to follow this really clear horizontal flow, watching a child go from echoing entire emotional soundtracks all the way to creating their own self-generated sentences.
All right. Section 1. Meet the Gestalt processor. Who exactly are they?
Well, have you ever heard a kid communicate mostly through these big, rich, melodic soundtracks instead of just single words? If so, you might actually be raising what's called an intonation baby. Researchers Dell and Present came up with this term, and it basically describes kids who tune into the melody, the pitch, and the raw emotion of a phrase way before they get the individual words. So instead of pointing and saying car, they might hum the exact upbeat tune of a favorite cartoon, like da-da-da-da-dum, every single time they feel excited.
Now, look at how a gestalt is defined here. It's an entire unit of meaning. It's an inflexible soundtrack tied to a very specific lived experience. Think of it kind of like a situational memory, right? The child isn't just remembering a string of words, they're remembering the sights, the sounds, the smells, and honestly, the exact emotion they felt in that moment. It's the whole shebang. It's infinitely more than just the sum of its parts.
To really get this, we need to compare the two paths, analytic versus Gestalt processors. Analytic processors, which is the path we're mostly used to hearing about, build language from the ground up, single words first. They point to a dog, they say dog. But Gestalt processors, they start with these massive, grammatically sophisticated chunks right out of the gate. They point to a dog and might yell to infinity and beyond, because maybe they watched Toy Story with a dog on their lap and felt super happy. The analytic path is flexible from day one, but the Gestalt path? It starts inflexible and situational, and then breaks down into flexible parts later on.
I absolutely love this quote from Dr. Jaime Herrick's. The script is not the silence. We do not arrive in parts of speech. We arrive whole. It is such a warm, neuro-affirming way to look at it. It reminds us that scripting is authorship. It's a valid method of survival and connection. These kids don't arrive in parts of speech. They arrive whole, carrying the full emotional weight of their experiences right inside these scripts.
And that brings us to the NLA framework. This is a real game changer. Researcher Marge Blanc gave us this framework to guide kids step by step from full soundtracks to their own sentences. Building on the work of Ann Peters and Barry Prisant, Blanc mapped out this 6-stage, highly predictable process. And honestly, this framework empowers us to stop forcing analytic methods onto Gestalt kids and just meet them exactly where they are.
Let's move to Section 2, Stage 1, Whole Gestalts. Emotional soundtracks. Let's see how this all begins.
At Stage 1, children are using whole Gestalts and echolalia, literally like a movie quote, to share a complete emotional experience all at once. So when a kid joyfully yells, "Let's get out of here," while jumping into a pile of leaves, they are definitely not parsing out the words let's, get, or out. To them, that entire string of sounds just means, I am having the best time right now.
So, what's our strategy here? It's simple. Acknowledge the script, stay connected, and model the same Gestalt without any pressure. Connection is the absolutely crucial piece here. You don't ask questions, you don't demand compliance or make them say, I want ball. You just listen. You smile. If they sing a jingle, hum it right back. You're basically becoming the narrator of their day, offering new, highly emotional soundtracks they can easily adopt later, things like let's go or we did it.
Moving on to Section 3, Stage 2, Mitigating Gestalts. Breaking scripts apart. This is where things get really exciting.
In Stage 2, the child starts mitigating their gestalts. Basically, they're taking parts of different scripts and mixing and matching them together. It's like they suddenly realize these giant chunks of language can actually be cut in half. So if they have a script like, let's go to the store, and another one like, time for the park, they might say, let's go park. For the very first time, they're actively analyzing the language.
Your go-to strategy in Stage 2 is to model trimmed-down phrases and gently offer up mix-and-match combos based entirely on the scripts they already know and love. You're just setting up experiences where these new chunks make sense. Again, no forcing proper grammar here. You're just showing them how beautifully flexible their own soundtracks can actually be. Section 4, Stage 3, Isolated Single Words. Isolating meaning. As those mitigations break down even further, we hit a milestone that's probably going to look pretty familiar.
Stage 3 is where we finally see isolated, referential single words emerging. Words like go, want, or park. This proves the child has successfully unpacked that massive original Gestalt. But here is the real magic. While an analytic processor starts here, a Gestalt processor has arrived here by tearing down a huge linguistic structure. These words are now genuinely referential to them. To support them in Stage 3, caregivers should model single words and simple two-word combos during natural play. And I can't stress this enough. Completely avoid any pressure for proper grammar. You want to model things like noun plus attribute or noun plus location. Think blue car or park go. You are essentially just handing them the individual building blocks they've just discovered. And this perfectly illustrates what that looks like in action, interacting and narrating in natural play. Instead of using compliance-based tactics or peppering them with demanding questions, just joyfully narrate what they're doing. In the Gestalt flow, you aren't quizzing the kid. You're narrating right alongside them, offering natural language models in a totally low-pressure space. When you have kids playing joyfully like this, following their lead is where the absolute best child-led therapy happens.
Section 5. Stage 4. Original short phrases. Original combinations. From those single words, a really beautiful new structure starts taking shape.
In Stage 4, the child is creating highly original two-word combinations and short phrases. This is huge. It marks the true beginning of self-generated grammar. They're taking those isolated words and putting them back together, but this time it is their own original construction, not just an echoed script. So you might start hearing things like, I saw Messi, or the bus coming. Your strategy for Stage 4? Expand with gentle grammar and casually offer choices. This is where you can finally start weaving in the foundational grammar they need to express precise thoughts. You lean on established developmental grammar guidelines, but, and this is key, you always keep it conversational and natural. Section 6, Stages 5 and 6, Advanced Grammar, Advanced Sentences. We've made it to the culmination of the natural language acquisition journey.
In these final stages, the child is generating full sentences with developing grammar. Your job is to model rich language, keep narrating play, and, as always, follow their lead. Stage 5 brings in complex grammar like did you see? And then Stage 6 introduces a full grammar system with conjunctions and advanced structures. They might say, how come the bus is late today since it was early yesterday? They have built an entire flexible language system, literally from the ground up, starting from those early emotional soundtracks.
This NLA Goals staircase really summarizes the whole beautiful journey. It proves that echolalia is absolutely not a deficit we need to fix. It's the very foundation of robust communication. It starts down at that wide bottom block, seeing the whole picture, then moves up through finding patterns, improving processing, building links, deepening interpretation, and finally, right at the top, expressing clearly. It just goes to show that when we honor a child's natural learning style, we truly unlock their voice.
So, to wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question. What soundtracks are the children in your life trying to share with you today? I challenge you to listen just a little bit closer and try to discover the profound meaning hidden right inside their favorite songs and scripts. Are they echoing a cartoon character because they're dysregulated and need comfort? Or are they singing a jingle because they want to share a moment of pure joy with you? Because echolalia is never meaningless. It is an invitation to connect.